Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final week of the third quarter of Honors Chemistry. This week, we are doing one of my favorite labs. It's called the Decomposition of Sodium Bicarbonate. And you may already know that sodium bicarbonate is the chemical name for baking soda, chemical formula NaHCO3. Maybe you've done some other experiments with baking soda in the past. Here's one where you mix baking soda and vinegar. And you might have made a volcano in another class or something like this. But this one that we're going to be doing is a decomposition reaction. And so just as a reminder, a decomposition reaction is when one large compound breaks down into two or more smaller compounds or elements. And so part of the challenge of this lab is to figure out when we heat baking soda, when we heat sodium bicarbonate, what does it decompose into? What products does it break into? And so here's some baking soda, some sodium bicarbonate being heated. And as you can see, one of the products is a white solid, and one might even be a gas. Can you see a little bit of gas being released there? Well, the reason they call this baking soda is because it's used in a lot of baking, and that same gas that's getting released gets trapped in your baked goods, and so it makes them rise and makes them nice and fluffy. Pancakes, waffles, cookies, cakes, all of these things use baking soda to become more fluffy and tasty. So your challenge is to try to figure out what is that product after the reaction has taken place, and what's the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. You're going to be given 4 options, and obviously they all involve sodium bicarbonate as the one reactant, but what does it decompose into, and how could you figure this out? Using only the mass of the reactant and the mass of the product. So that's your challenge. You can already begin by doing the first part, the pre-lab, and that is just to write balanced chemical equations for those 4 possible reactions listed on the previous slide. Once you've got that done, you'll be ready to perform your lab or watch the video of me doing it and collecting the actual data. Then we'll compare the expected mass based on your balanced chemical equations to the actual mass that we got in the lab. We'll be able from then to pick out which is the closest, the best reaction of the 4 choices, and how much, if any, error was there. We'll do a final lab wrap up, and we will call this semester, this quarter a wrap. So what will you need to make this happen? Well, you'll need internet access, you'll need your periodic table and common ion sheet, and a calculator. And when it's all done, I want you to give yourself some sort of celebratory treat. It doesn't have to be fluffy pancakes made with baking soda, but you will definitely deserve something special for yourself when you're done. All right. So you can go ahead and get started on the pre-lab. You're taking those 4 equations and writing balanced chemical reactions for them. And I will be back later to help you with the next part. Bye for now.